Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay, doing a kitchen chat today, and again, oh shoot, let's get stuck in here. I'm doing it again as a recording, mainly because I love for me to be able to kind of share it across the board, because it just makes it, for some reason I can't get it to record when I go live on one, so that I can save it and take it to another. So wanted to come in here today because I'm just on a new high today, and I want to come in more live. And with working, sometimes it makes it hard, but I've liked coming in live on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's kind of been my thing, and I think I want to do that a little bit more and come in live on the weekends too. But I like to come in, just to kind of share a little bit of what my thought process is, where I'm at in my thinking, on my journey. And what I want to share with you today is really just kind of like a hodgepodge of things that I want to share. And one of them is how I was so nervous to do this reset. And I want to talk a little bit about when I did this back in the day. My first reset was, I did one in 2020. What year is it? 2022. I did one in 2021, and I did two in 2020. That was the first year I did it. I've been coaching since 2016. That was my sign up date. I didn't really start doing much with it until 2018, if I'm being quite honest. I did a little bit, but nothing like what I do now. But it's been a journey, definitely been learning along the way, figuring out what works, figuring out what doesn't work, and figuring out if I even wanted to do it and if I even liked it, and building the confidence in what I thought I could do and what I was capable of. And that's been a lot of the journey. And I feel like that, I got a hair on me. I can feel it, or I can see it now, but I don't want to touch it because I got this melon. That's been part of the journey, is that I think something in general people always want to do, whether you're coaching or you're, I need paper towel, hang in there with me. Whether you decide to think about coaching, or you actually sorry, that's really bothering me. Whether you actually coach, or maybe it's just starting your journey in general, I think that's part of what a lot of people stop a lot of people, because they say I'm not ready, I'm not where I should be, for coaching, or this isn't, this is so hard, there's just not enough time. But the key is that no matter what you want to do in life, and I'm relating it to coaching and to the journey, because that's kind of where we're at with this group. But those thoughts are always going to resonate through your head. And that, again, goes back to how you believe in yourself and what you believe you're capable of, and that self-love and that self-belief. And that begins from the inside out. And I truly believe that this journey is all about finding your own belief and your own confidence. It's working from the inside out. I truly believe that this journey is more than just eating more healthy and getting a workout in, although very critical on the journey. There's so much more to it. And it took me a long time to realize that the things that you're doing, the muscles that you're working, your mindset is one of the biggest muscles that you need to do. You need to work on that. You need to be attentive to, because that makes a huge difference when you can focus in on the capability of what you're able to do. Because when you do that, when you figure that out, I've never had mango before. Have you guys had mango before? We're going to try this out. Side note, I've had a hard time finding fruits these days. Okay, does this have a seed in it? Oh, it does. Okay. I feel like fruit is very hard to, fresh, good fruit. We have had a heck of a time getting grapes. My kids love grapes. Anyway, I've derailed. The reason I kind of want to go through this is because if you have kids at all, adult or young, they're watching you. They're seeing what you do. And I think about this so often, how did I grow up with some of the mindset that I grew up with? My mom used to look at herself in the mirror all the time, be like, oh, I need to lose weight, or girl, look at this. She used to show this to me. She'd be like, girl, look at this. And she would show me, she'd like look on the side and she'd pull up her shirt and she'd like, look at this. This is ridiculous. Like, I got to lose all this. That was how I grew up. That was how I saw things to be in life. That was how, I don't really know how big this is. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want to cut my fingers too, so bear with me here. That was how I knew, like, that was kind of how I grew up, like, oh, I got to get rid of that. I can't have that, and I look at myself now, and those were all beliefs of what I had to go through, of what I had to get rid of. And it's like, that's your body. That's what's gotten you through life. Like, this body, it birthed 2 kids and it grew 2 kids in it. And like, if I have some stretch marks, it's going to be okay. That self-love, that self-confidence, that self-belief in what you're capable of doing. My kids look at that and they watch that, and that helps them to believe what they're capable of and what their life will be. And it's so critical that we are examples of that. So whether that means like how you talk to yourself, how you address things, how do you take on, how you take things on in your life, how you believe of what you're capable of believing, and how you focus in on the things that you are capable of doing. How do you handle strife in life? How do you handle hardships? How do you handle decision making? And how do you handle stress and anxiety? All comes with life. And it's a matter of how do we attack it and how do we address it. Yes, things are going to happen. There's nothing we can do about it. That's what life is all about. But it's a matter of how do we take care of it? How do we look at ourselves in the mirror? How do we show up every day? How do you become that version of you that you want to become every single day? That's what you're looking at. That's what this life is all about. That's what this journey is about. So when we talk about this journey that we're on, this belief, this mindset, it's so critical that we work on it every day. And you can do it in lots of different ways. You can do it by journaling. You can do it just by starting with simple gratitude every single morning. Just be grateful for 5 things. Write it down, put it in your phone, say it out loud. It could start with just giving yourself a high five every morning. Like, it doesn't have to be super crazy. It can be anything. Moving your body. It could be stretching in your closet before you even hop in the shower. It could be listening to a podcast while you're putting on your makeup and you're doing your hair. Something that's inspirational, that like gets you excited. I just found these, I'm gonna have to share it because I stumbled upon it. It was a podcast and it was like affirmations. And she's like, this is just one of my affirmation podcasts, 5 minutes, repeat after me. And they were amazing. And I'm going to share them to the group today. I was running out the door when I was listening to him yesterday, and I was trying to get up and move and get all the things done. And I'm like, I want to share that, but I ran out of time. So I'm going to share that today. But little things like that, because then you begin to hear those things in your head. When you say them out loud and you throw them to the universe is going to throw it back to you. It's got to be what you believe truly in here. And it doesn't mean like, I'm a millionaire, I live in the best house. No, it means like, I am showing up today consistently because I know it's going to make me better. I attract money every single day. I attract good vibes. I manifest like things that you want more in your heart, to allow your eyes and your mind to be open. So the last thing I want to talk about is Mel Robbins talks about this in the High Five Habit. And she says to look for hearts. Every single day, look for hearts, because it's the hearts that help you look for the good. It's helping you to retrain your brain to look for something different. You don't typically look for a heart every single day, but it could be like in the top of your coffee. It could be like, actually, as I'm looking at my melon right now, I wish I could flip this around, but the way I've got 2 pieces of my melon, it's kind of shaped into a heart. When you look for that, it's training your brain to look for something different, to look for the good, to look for things like that. And you think about, what can I look for every single day that's going to help me find something new? It changes your perspective. It truly does, because you realize that those are the things that matter. And I truly feel like that has helped me so much with me and my daughter. I had in my head, as we grew up, like, I just always told Jeff, I'm like, she's just going to hate me in her teenage years. Like, it's just the way it's going to be. Like, that's how I was with my mom. I didn't hate her. We just butted heads. My mom and I are like peas in a pod. Like, we are one and the same. So you put both of us together. And Maddie always talks about this, a Libra and a Scorpio. Like, they do this. I'm not much into science and believing in that, but I think it's so funny. My mom always was. And so she always was like, well, you're a Scorpio. And we'd always talk about that. And she was a Libra. And her and my mom are like the same too. So I used to say that, and I used to believe that. And I pretty much created that. I created that into existence. And as I was on my journey, I'd been on my journey since she was 12. I really was like, okay, like, maybe I could change this. And then I started watching Gilmore Girls, and I'm like, I want our relationship to be like that. And I remember one time she said to me, like, we are not Rory and Lorelai Gilmore. Like, you have to realize that. And that really hurt. That was so hurtful. Like, because I was like, I just want a good relationship with you. But in my back of my head, I kept saying, like, she's going to hate you. Like, these are the years she's going to hate you. She's going to wish you weren't around, blah, 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 blah. And then I started to say things in my affirmations and in my stories in my head, and believing it, that we have an amazing relationship, that we talk through things, that we are understanding to each other. And I have told her that many times, like, I want to understand where you're coming from. I want you to feel like you can talk to me and be open with me. And although I might not like what you have to say, I want to be more open to hearing it. And that plus has allowed me to find out that she had high anxiety, that she was very stressed, and that allowed us to get her taken care of for that mental health. And since then, her and I have been working on this relationship, and there have been times where she's like, Mom, you told me I could tell you that kind of stuff. And I'm like, nope, you're right. I did. Let me back up. It's allowed us to change what I thought our relationship was going to be into something new, into something beautiful, into something that I don't want to let go of when she leaves in 2 years. Because I love her to pieces. She's amazing. And I'm so glad that I have tools like this that have helped me. So when you dig into those kind of tools, it helps you in all areas of life. And that's just one example of what it's done. So I come to you to say, listen to your heart, listen to the things, do the work. I know sometimes it may seem silly, the things I post, and like, you're like listening to affirmations or listening to my vision or whatever. When you listen to things like that, consistency, and you begin to visualize what that looks like, it will happen, and it will come, and the stars will align. I pray all the time that I am quiet in my heart and in my mind to listen to what the Lord is telling me and guiding me to. That's one of my prayers, is that I let that inner monologue stop talking so I can listen and be attentive to what's going on. And I pray that for you too. I've given you a lot today, I know, but I'm just coming with a full heart today and just wanting to say, like, you can control this. You can make a difference. Your mindset is a huge part of becoming that version of you that you want to be. The ideal you isn't based on what the scale says or what size your pants or shirt is, but it's about what's in here. Because when you're happy and you're content in here, the work that you're doing on the outside not only comes more because you know, like, I am eating this way because I love my body, and I'm going to enjoy this little treat because I'm enjoying the company and the memory that I'm going to associate with this. Not because, and this is coming from my standpoint, not because I'm not sure when I can do this again, or, it's a birthday so I can gorge on the birthday cake. No, it's because I enjoy the treat, I'm celebrating, and then I'm going to move on and get back to what I know feels good. That's what this journey is about, because you're good in here, it starts to seep on the outside. So whatever you want to happen, to be solid on your journey, to become that version of you, to show up, to get that promotion, to apply for that job, to try something new and maybe think, is coaching a thing for me? That changed my life. Side note, this could be for you. This journey can be for you, and you make it what you want. All right. I hope you have an amazing Thursday. We'll talk soon.